Hey everyone!
Hey! So today we're going to be talking about memories. So this whole thing started, I don't remember when, but I had been decluttering my room because some stuff needed to be pitched. And I was throwing a lot of stuff out that I didn't need to. And I used to keep a lot of my cards, but then I started to kind of like throw out the ones that I'm like, okay, I don't really need this card. And as I'm going through all my cards, there was one that I picked up that I had forgotten about, and it was from a friend that, they were just saying thank you for everything, like for being nice and for just being so welcoming to them and stuff like that. And I started crying when I read that card because that friend and I are no longer friends. And it was just very hard to read that and to look back on all the good times we had. And now I can't talk to them anymore. It's heartbreaking. And, I had been thinking about like memories, and we had some good memories and bad memories, but it's like everybody has a way, or memories have a way of coming back to us in one way or another, whether good or bad. And I do still miss my friend, and I do still wish that we could reconcile and that we could still talk, but I wish we could still have all those memories or make new memories, but that's not what's meant to happen. And I've made peace with what happened now. I think I'm a lot better than I was, but it's just memories that I still want to hold on to, the good memories, because those were good times, and there are still things that I can learn about that situation or whatever that, I don't want to make the same mistakes again and stuff like that. You learn from the hard ones and you cherish the good ones. And during that hard time, and I remember it was during COVID, like we were in lockdown, and that it made it so much harder because I felt so alone during that time. God grew me in a lot of ways, and I had to learn a lot about forgiveness and trusting in Him. And I also had to relearn how to trust others after that situation, because my trust with other people wavered, because I'm like, is someone else going to tell me they don't want to be friends with me? Are there other issues that have not been told to me? And it was a mess. But, I'm thankful because I lost a friend, but then I look back and I think about how many more friends I gained after that. And I think memories can be a good way to learn and to grow, whether they're good or bad. We can learn from mistakes we've made. We can look back on the blessings that God gave. And He gave us memories for a reason. I know it's messed up because of sin, but we still have a lot of memories that are good and that can help us to grow as Christians and different things like that. We can look back and see how He's worked through trials and tribulations in our lives and see the faithfulness of God and see how we've grown. We can look at who He is and be reminded that, memory isn't just for our times in our lives, it's also memory of, who God is and what we've read in His Word and what He's taught us and different things like that. And we thank Him for that, and we reminisce on that, I guess, meditate on that, and just remember Him. Sometimes I look back on memories I have and just seeing how the Lord has worked, and it's like you fall in love with the Lord all over again, and you just to have those just to focus on those memories and reflect on that. That's what's so important, is being able to reflect on the good and being thankful for it.
Yeah, I think it reminds us, like you said, like it can be helpful or not. It can be helpful whether it was a good memory or bad memory, and it reminds us of, okay, this is what happened before. How have I learned and grown from that memory, and how do I handle a similar situation maybe now?
Right. It's like God blessed us with memories. And on the flip side, there can be a problem with holding on to memories, and sometimes it can be a hindrance or harm to us. And I know I have clung to memories of somebody or something, and it's just like, it's almost this like obsession of like, oh, I wish this was the same. But it's like, there are things that it's good to have memories, but there are memories that we might need to just let go of.
Right, like the focus, that memory steals our focus.
Yep.
And then our focus is shifted and not on the right thing.
Yeah. And it's like, if we're stuck clinging to the things in the past, we'll never be able to move forward, and we'll never be able to see what else God has for us.
Right.
And I used to struggle with that all the time and just bring up these bad memories and constantly hold on to them. And it was what's the word, toxic. And I was discouraged, depressed. It was bad.
I mean, I can overanalyze on memories too.
Yep, that too.
So I'll think of something and then I start to overanalyze. Did I do this right, or did I do this right, or did I do it wrong? And like, sometimes, and usually it involves another person. Well, and I'm like, oh, how do I fix that? Well, when in reality I've overanalyzed it to a point where I went and I apologized, and they were like, nothing's wrong. Like it wasn't anything. And I was like, oh. So it was my own doing. And then again, that steals your focus, and you're not thinking on the Lord anymore and what He wants. But
yeah. And I mean, they can cause us to hold on to anger towards somebody, or hold affection to somebody that it's like you have to let go of this person. And sometimes it's like I try to change memories in my head. Well, maybe we can try to relive it. Well, maybe we can go back and change it. And it's like, it's done. And we can look back on all of it. We can wish we could change it, but the reality is, it's like, it's done. There are memories, and it's good to look back on things and learn from them, or to cherish the good things, but it can be detrimental if we hold on to it, or if we just spend our whole lives focusing on the past and not moving forward.
Yeah, it reminds me of like holding on to sand. If you hold on to sand too tightly, it's going to slip through and you have nothing left, but if you're holding it nice, and so if you think on things, your memories, and you're thinking on them like in a good way, in a positive way, then you're not going to like totally lose everything.
Yeah. And for me, I have gone through so many different holding on to memories, and it's like, it came at a cost. And it's like, I thank God I grew through it, but it came at a cost.
Yeah.
To that. And then on the flip side, I want to turn it over to God and how He has perfect memory. And boy, do I wish I had that. He remembers everything over the past several thousand years, and He remembers, He knows the little details and the big details. Nothing takes Him by surprise. He knows how to handle everything. His memory will never fade. And we don't have to sit there and mind the Lord about anything. Like, hey, Lord, this, Lord.
Yeah, He already knows. It's us that get impatient.
Yeah. And it's like, I think we can like reminisce with Him and like, hey, Lord, you remember that? And just talk to Him and stuff like that. But God knows all of our memories perfectly, and He knows the good and the bad. He knows things that we've repressed. He knows things that we're excited about or that was good for us. He knows everything, or the ones that we're desperately trying to hold on to. And we can come to Him with the memories, and even if we're like, Lord, this memory is still stuck in my head and I just want to let it go, help me to let it go. He's there, and He's perfect, and He wants to help us, and He already knows everything, and we can just bring it all to Him. And I love that about the Lord, is He's so understanding. And I
think He uses our memories too to help shape us. So again, we think of things, or we think of our memories, and then the Lord uses that, going back to whatever that thought is, and that helps shape and mold us now. So
yeah. And just, yeah, pouring our heart out to him, no matter what the memory is. He wants to hear it all, good, bad.
Even if
in between.
even though he knows it all, like
Yeah,
he still wants
knows
us to
all,
tell
and
it
he wants
to
us
him.
yeah, I love that. And I'm not trying to minimize how difficult situations are, because I know there are people who have memories that are awful, and I cannot imagine having to deal with like abusive memories or anything like that. But, you know, I never want to minimize that. Like, I get it. What I'm trying to express is that we can come to him, to God, and just lay it all out for him and give it to him. It's like we don't have to hold on to it. We can give it to him, and he'll help us every step of the way, and it will get better. And then we can turn all that anger or sadness into joy because of God, and not necessarily because of the situation, but because of who God is and who he is and what he's done for us. And I guess it's like it shifts the focus off of our past and memories and onto who God is in the present, in the moment.
Right, and I think the first step is just like being willing to do that.
Yeah.
If you're not, then you'll just sit and dwell on it all the time.
And I know, because I have been there. I have gone through
I've done it too.
A lot of healing, and I look back, I'm like, I wish I would have done this sooner.
Yeah.
All the baggage that I've had that I've just
The crazy
let go.
thing is it's easier to give it to God, and yet we still sit and dwell on it. But I think that's just because we have to get past, whatever we're holding on to. So.
And memories hold this light. It holds light and darkness in our lives, but we're the ones who decide what we're dwelling on and remembering, what we're choosing to affect our lives. And that's our choice. It's not something God is making us do, or that anybody's making us do. That is our choice, to sit there and dwell on it. Even if that memory pops back up again, it's like, and God can give us the strength to, if it's something bad, then we can just say, I can't do it, but God can help me through it. And I love that God has blessed us with the ability to have memories and to remember. But again, we have to be mindful of how we're using it, and if it's affecting our walk with God, if it's toxic to us, then maybe it's not good to sit there and dwell on things.
Right.
So, do you have any other thoughts?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, let us know in the comments if you have any thoughts. We'd love to hear them. And that's all I got.
All right, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.